Hi, I'm Jim Felton. This is my dad, Richard. Welcome to Felton Angus Ranch here in Deer Lodge, Montana, where we raise the working class bulls for the working class cowman.
Coming up,
the disposition on both the bulls and the calves that they throw is pretty exceptional.
We've been weaning 700-pound steer calves every year.
He's got the only set of bulls that I've ever seen that didn't have any foot rot.
no-nonsense hardworking Angus genetics, unique to the breed, begins with a no-nonsense hardworking breeder. Next on The American Rancher. Hello and welcome to The American Rancher. I'm Pam Minnick. Today we're at Felton Angus Ranch at their new location just outside Deer Lodge, Montana, where they recently consolidated their operation. The strategic move improved efficiency and helps make Felton Angus genetics available to more ranchers across the country. The Feltons raise feeders from birth to harvest, so they know what it takes to develop seed stock that perform in the pasture and on the rail.
I was living on the Tongue River down in southeastern Montana. We had a sizable operation down there. We run about 500 cows. Then we had a ranch at Springdale between Livingston and Big Timber, which my son ran, and that's where we had our annual bull sale and female sale. And anyway, I'm getting along in years, and so I decided that maybe I should just kind of liquidate everything and get something closer together so the kids could operate it in a more efficient manner. We'd have one set of machinery instead of two.
We decided that we need to get a little closer. We spent a lot of time trucking cattle, and as we know, at $5 diesel fuel, that gets a little pricey. And so we kind of need to streamline the deal, and so we went ahead, and the land market in Montana is extremely hot right now, and we're not against selling and buying and moving land to, improve the operation.
Our realtor found the one at Deer Lodge, and so we looked at that and thought, well, that might work pretty good for us. And then my son-in-law lives in Butte, and he was on the internet one night and said, there's a ranch over in the Big Hole. He said, you might want to look at. So we come over here in a couple of days and looked at it, and decided this would fit the bill for what we were looking for. So we were able to purchase this one and the one at Deer Lodge, both. Between the Springdale Ranch and the Tongue River Ranch, we had about 18,000 acres. And we rented a little summer grass for yearlings and stuff, but between here and Deer Lodge, there's about 5,000 acres here and 2,500 acres at Deer Lodge. Stock water is great. It all tastes good, and there's plenty of it. A lot of this summer pasture down here is kind of sub-irrigated, and it runs quite a few cows.
The Deer Lodge place is an exceptional feed base. We got a lot of center pivots there. We got excellent water rights. We got really good deep soil. We were really impressed we even this kind of short year that we had getting everything going, we had some pretty impressive yields on our silage crops, and we're still there where we're going to be able to, I think, try corn a little bit and get it back into the ration a little bit, but so that gives us a nice place to winter some cows and a good feed base, produce a lot of hay. But then you pair that with our place here at the Big Hole. This is probably the highest carrying capacity ground in the state of Montana, where we're 2 to 3 acres per cow. Our place at Deer Lodge is an exceptional location to kind of build up a pretty good little feedlot there. I like to finish some cattle out of our bulls, and I like getting that raw data back from the packer. It tells you what's really going on and not some computer-generated genomics from the Angus Association. Right now we're We're standing on our Big Hole Ranch, Wisdom, Montana. We're basically right up on the Idaho border. It's just really good cow country in the summertime. I mean, this is a summertime ranch where we won't winter cattle here. So we're about 60, 70 miles apart. So it'll really streamline it, and we're going to get some real elevation here so we can pap test the bulls as well. Thanks to the American Rancher TV show, I mean, it gets everybody, a lot of people watch it. So it's increased calls for pap tested bulls. You get a lot of calls out of Colorado, New Mexico, and Utah, and I can see where people would feel a little better with a pap score. So, we're around 6,500 feet here, so we should be able to get a good solid pap score for you guys.
Up next.
Yeah, we just offer something different, and if you're looking for something different, and if you're tired of status quo, just give us a shout. We'll see if we can help you out.
Learn what tips the scales in favor of Felton Angus genetics year after year. That story is next, here on The American Rancher. Welcome back to The American Rancher. For decades, Felton Angus Ranch has produced hardworking Angus genetics unique to the breed. They have a new operation in western Montana. But what isn't new is why Felton customers keep coming back year after year.
You know, with the new operation, it's easier to manage, and we get into a closer footprint and less distance between ranches, and but it's also going to allow us with this operation to do some pretty cool things going in the future. Maybe do some bred female type deal that's been tossed around. So we've got a lot of options here. We should be able to expand our feed yard here. Maybe get some customer cattle in here and play a more active role on bidding on some cattle on some video sales. I do like finishing cattle out. I like getting the carcass data back. I like knowing what direction we're going. I think raw data to me speaks volumes more than a $C or a $B number that's through the roof. I mean, when we get the data back, we get tons of yield grade 2s, a few 3s, no 4s, even some 1s that are still doing 90% choice of prime, and we don't really chase carcass. So in my opinion, I think if you just breed good, solid cattle, they'll treat you right on the end. And I think about the only thing, we're going to still breed the same type of cattle. My dad's got a theory, and this is our 50th bull sale, so it's been working for us. So I think we'll just keep, kind of in the same direction. We are going to offer the PAP high altitude test. We will be able to offer that now, since we're got some ground at real elevation, and we wanted some ground at 6,500 or higher, so we got a good accurate test, and we didn't feel 5,000 or 5,500 was going to give anybody a real accurate test. So we were fortunate to find some ground at 6,700 feet right in there, and so we'll be able to take these bulls at elevation, and we'll get a pap test on them, and we'll still just raise good range bulls with a pap test that aren't overfed and feed the rocky ground ain't gonna bother these bulls. So, and I think our customers know that. So, and at Felton Angus Ranch, our program is based on supplying bulls to commercial cattlemen across the country. We realize that's the bread and butter of the cow industry, is a commercial cowman, and they need bulls that'll hold up, get the cows bred, wean off a nice calf, and be able to be used for multiple years without their feet going bad and cracking out, or not getting the job done in the pasture. So, you're not going to see our bulls in the glossy sire of the month catalogs, but in the last few years, we've 100% of our bulls that went to commercial cattle ranches across the country. Like, you come here sale day, there will not be a registered Angus breeder hardly on my seats. That's all ranch guys, and we like that, and so we try to get them a product that works for them and you know, they get their money's worth out of them, and we're getting a good reputation for hardworking bulls, and these guys can come to our bull sale, or they can get on Superior, and they can afford the bulls, cowman bulls, price for the cattleman, and calf market's pretty good this year, but inputs are high, diesel's high, fertilizer's high, and you know, we don't expect a commercial outfit to have to pay $10,000 for a good solid bull. We're pretty proud of that, and you know, we have a 95% repeat customer base due to that. So we go out and we buy the best Angus bulls we can find in the country, and we bring them back and propagate them and sell bulls out of them to commercial guys. And so we want bulls that got a lot of length into them, you know, big stretchy bulls. That's where your weight comes from, is a stretch. Bulls with actual growth, not number growth. And bulls that'll, you know, sire cows that'll get out and make a living out in the hills, and we try to find blood that's, you know, is an outcross genetics to what everybody else is. I mean, there's a lot of times you can go to bull sales every spring, and if you want a certain bloodline and you miss one sale, you go to the one the next day because everybody's using the same thing. So every year we send the catalog out. People always get back to me and say, man, I've never even seen this stuff. You're like a hidden treasure, you know? And it works pretty well for us. So guys, just, you know, we get some Canadian blood in here that's not heard of, and some home raised stuff here and there. And we really like to look at phenotype first. You know, it's hard to do. Sometimes you gotta go through the catalog and kind of select bulls that would have matching criteria to what you're looking for, as far as, you know, ribeye or marbling or you know, weed and weight, scrotals, what have you, certain pedigrees. But you know, that bull's got to look good to us when we go see him. If we don't like him, he could have the best numbers in the Angus business, but if we don't like his phenotype, you know, if he's, you know, what we call a suitcase bull, we won't use him. So we go out and find herd sires that, you know, sire calves with length and performance, and we just pass it on down the line. And you know, a lot of these guys have calf buyers that have bought their calves for 20 years, say in Iowa, and we want them guys to keep buying them calves back. So we know they feed very well. We get the reports back, and so we just want to keep pushing cattle that perform in the feed yard, and if we can make every segment involve a little bit of money, it makes our customers happy, and it makes us happy. Our bulls do not sit in a feedlot all summer and get fed. They're out in pastures or out in rough country, sagebrush, rocks, hills, run around. It just makes better feed on bulls, and they don't get long on people and crack out. And you know, so we kind of rough them out the first year, give them a slow gain, high roughage diet, and just let them grow naturally at a kind of a slow rate, and just makes a tougher, hardier bull. And when the customers get them and they kick them out in the desert in Eastern Oregon, you know, they're out there breeding cows when it's 105 and everybody else's are shaded up. And so when I get reports like that the only bulls out breeding are the Felton bulls, it makes me think we're doing something right when we develop them. Oh, I think we have a very good relationship with our customers. I think our customer care is as good as anybody in the business, and if you get a problem or have an issue with the bull, we're right there to take care of it. And whether that's, you know, a little, you know, we don't have a lot of credit coming into our bull sales, but whether it's credit on a bull or, you know, cash back if something happens and they're not happy, I mean, we take care of them. And you know, I think that says a lot when we have a 95% repeat buyer base every year. And we just offer something different. And if you're looking for something different, and if you're tired of status quo, just give us a shout. We'll see if we can help you out.
After the break,
Our buyer is very enthusiastic about us using Felton bulls. That's what he wants. He always asks.
it's that time of year. No-nonsense, hardworking genetics for no-nonsense, hardworking ranchers. Hear about the upcoming Felton Angus bull sale when the American Rancher continues. Stay with us. Welcome back to the American Rancher. Felton Angus Ranch raises hardworking Angus genetics for hardworking ranchers nationwide. Bulls and females alike are developed in the high country of Montana, where they develop tough feet and athletic stamina. And your opportunity to add Felton Angus genetics to your herd is coming up next month.
You know, I think the only thing that really changed for this year's bull sale, or the upcoming bull sales here at Felton Angus, is location. That was one of the main considerations we thought about when it came to, especially selling the Springdale Ranch, which was our, home of our bull sale since 1972. It was a great spot right off the interstate. But after we sold our Ashland Ranch, it was to do what we wanted to do. We decided to get, move that place as well and get this. So I think the only thing that's going to change, the bulls are going to be the same. We're going to still serve you the best bull sale lunch in the business. Still have a good little get together after the sale. If you can't make the sale, that's why we have Superior. So feel free. I'll buy. If you need help picking bulls or can't make it, you need us to get you some bulls, we can do that as well. But we'll help you out the best we can. But if you make the drive, it'll be worth it, I promise.
We've been coming here for about 5 years now. Heard a rumor, talking to somebody, said they really like Jim's bulls because they're nice and quiet.
The disposition on both the bulls and the calves that they throw is pretty exceptional. The females that we have kept back in our program as replacements have that signature look that the Felton bulls tend to throw. They are quieter than some of their mothers, which again, the disposition is translating, and their length of body is much better. You can just tell them at weaning.
I actually watched the American Rancher, and then just through social media in general, kind of seen some videos on there and started following Jim on Facebook and kind of followed along on their story, how they operate. I really like that they have sound feet and hard feet. The fact that they're more of a longer bull.
And I've been looking for bulls, and I didn't want the short, squatty ones. And I'd seen Jim's deal on the RFD, and I started following him on Facebook and started buying bulls from him for the last 3 years. He's got the only set of bulls that I've ever seen that didn't have any foot rot after 3 years. Don't be scared.
You're not going to be disappointed.
Don't be scared. Just throw your hand up and buy one, because you're gonna appreciate everything you get. We run a commercial operation, run about 950 to 1,000 cows, and we background our calves, and they go to Iowa in the fall, late fall, and we've used Felton bulls for, I don't know, a good many years, and our buyer is very enthusiastic about us using Felton bulls. That's what he wants. He always asks. We calve a little later than other people, but we always seem to get them up into about the 7 1/4 weight by December. So they do very well as far as growth.
I've been coming to Felton Angus sale for at least 10 years now. So yeah, a friend of mine, neighbor, bought some bulls. I kind of liked what they looked like and had a lot of bone on them, and so I started coming and been coming every year since. Just come here and look at them. They're not overfed. They are what they are. It's nothing worse than overfed bull. You can't see what they are, and you bring them home and they'll just go to work.
These bulls are all run out on grass for their first year, and so they grow them slower. You get bulls here that are going to be just about in anybody's price range. We was going through the catalog, and they got Cabanese bulls, they got high growth bulls, they got something that'll fit anybody's program. They do a great job of taking care of their customers, and I know they've got a good following nationwide.
Pretty much the same type every year. You're gonna walk in them pens, and we've had comments that say, gosh, it's been a while since we've seen big growthy Angus bulls like this that have got that pop. They're not what we call suitcase cattle, the real small, short, coupled up that you could put in your Samsonite and take to Maui, So them aren't the cattle we breed, and you know, we feed some cattle too, and I can see the difference, and I don't want them. So I think you'll be surprised when you come here. You know, a bigger crowd, the better for us. But we have other ways we can do it. If you're not comfortable traveling because of COVID and you want to stay put at your ranch, or and that's totally understandable. You know, you can go on Superior Livestock. It'll be on SLA TV, and they'll also have it on the Click to Bid. You know, in the past we've had blizzards and snowstorms, and people couldn't get here, and they sat down and bought online or on TV. And you know, with COVID, we can do the same thing. So we got you covered, and if you're not comfortable there, give us a call. We'll, you know, tell us what you want, what you're looking for. We'll get some bulls picked out for you, and we'll pass the bids on to the ringman. The bulls will be up probably 2 weeks, 10 days, 2 weeks before the bull sale. You guys can, we all know you don't really look at bulls until about a day or two before the sale, or even the night before. So we'll have them up in plenty of time for you to go through them, and you got any questions, give us a call.
This year's sale will be February 14th on Tuesday, so 2023. So, I mean, if you don't need a bull, or you know, don't have cows, but you want to check us out, just come on down and hang out, and it'll be a good time, I promise you.
For information on the 2023 Felton Angus Bull Sale, log on to feltonangus.com or superiorlivestock.com, and be sure to follow them on social media. That's all the time we have today. To find out more about us, visit our website, theamericanrancher.com, or connect with us on Facebook. I'm Pam Minnick. For our entire American Rancher team, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.